The Super Nintendo Entertainment System. Just like the name says, this system was super, but it was more than that. It's become known as one of the best, if not the best, gaming system of all time. And it was all due to the great graphics and the hordes of games it had. It had 533 in Europe, 784 in North America, and a whopping 1,442 in Japan. And with the 20th anniversary of the amazing system just a month ago, we finally decided to count down our classics. So let's begin this countdown of the top 10 Super Nintendo Entertainment System games with... Donkey Kong Country was revolutionary at the time, as it gave not only Nintendo's first star a game that would spawn an awesome series, but it also gave gamers the first look at what 3D gaming could look like. The pre-rendered 3D graphics look great, and with awesome platforming, varied enemies and landscapes, and wacky vehicles like minecarts and rhinos, this game is just great fun.
Flippy, get back here! Flippy, watch out! Don't be on your tail!
Another revolutionary game that also has awesome gameplay. Star Fox was one of the first games on the Super Nintendo to introduce an upgraded version of the Mode 7 chip, formerly used to make games have a sense of depth. The Super FX chip allowed for polygons with shading to appear, making the game look 3D. Plus, shooting chips in space is just fun, and it spawned an amazing series. Now, I put this game on the list for a reason. Many people don't like the Mother series for its confusing gameplay, and yes, EarthBound can get confusing, but the reason we love it is not about the game itself, but the experience playing it. The cast of characters is insane, the monsters are strange, and the button-pressing action was just addicting. But looking back at playing this game at release, we all agree that it was just fun to play this game. Secret of Mana has a special place in my heart from when I played it real-time strategy battles. Most RPGs use turn-based battles, but I feel that slows the action down, and real-time is where it's at. And Secret of Mana added a great story and cast of characters, amazing music, and an overall fun experience to the mix. Final Fantasy III, or 6, it's 3, is just the turning point for Final Fantasy games. It showed how to make a fantasy RPG great, something the past games only came close to. Before Square took the cheaper route and switched over to Sony, they created this masterpiece for the Super NES that had the most steampunk influence of the series. Great turn-based battles, an awesome story, and as always, a good cast of characters. When Nintendo teamed up with Square in 1996, no one expected that it would be an RPG. Square was known for their turn-based RPGs like Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest. The fans also didn't expect that the game would be good. Actually, no, it's not just good, it's great. The turn-based system has been adopted into both the Mario and Luigi and Paper Mario series. Mario, instead of running and jumping around, has to patiently wait his turn in this game. The graphics were also great, showing more 3D visuals made with special technology and lighting techniques, and though no true sequel has been released, the two other turn-based games are satisfying enough. And this is where the run of RPGs ends, and obviously with one regarded as the greatest RPG, or even game, ever made, Chrono Trigger is a fantastic RPG that includes a hook lots of games have nowadays. But Chrono Trigger actually made it enjoyable and incorporated it into the gameplay. You'll visit 7 different time periods in the adventure, and with beautiful music, graphics still good to today's standard, and great gameplay and story make it a must-have for any RPG fan. Luckily, the game has been re-released recently on the Wii Virtual Console, a game which I've been playing a lot lately. Mario's number 3? How could you do this? Mario is the greatest character ever and deserves to be number 1 on any list. Well, shut up, because it's our list. Super Mario World had to do something tough. Follow up a fantastic game. Super Mario Bros. 3 is the best NES Mario, heck, best NES game there is. But Super Mario World lived up to the legend, with perfect 16-bit graphics, fun music, a new and lovable dinosaur pal, and spot-on platforming make Super Mario World high up on the list of best Mario games. But that's a list for another day. Yet another game we'll get hate mail about. The Legend of Zelda for the NES was an amazing game, but was followed up by a disappointing sequel which changed the Zelda gameplay completely. Luckily, Nintendo came to their senses and returned to the overhead view, made graphics great for even today, lots of awesome items that have been used in the 3D Zeldas in the first in-depth Zelda story, and great challenges make this game a must-have for Zelda fans. Well, if you don't own it, then you can't really call yourself a Zelda fan anyways. Okay, let's recap before we get to number 1. Number 10, Donkey Kong Country. Number 9, Star Fox. Number 8, EarthBound. Number 7, Secret of Mana. Number 6, Final Fantasy III. Number 5, Super Mario RPG, Legend of the Seven Stars. Number 4, Chrono Trigger. Number 3, Super Mario World. Number 2, Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past. And now it's time for the best Super NES game there is. Just from the title screen, you can tell that this game will be super. The graphics are spot on, the exploration is back, the items are plentiful and useful, the challenge is excruciatingly good, and the bosses are big and deadly. The locations of the original are back, now changed thanks to Samus's last trip there. Zebus never felt so fun. And to top the game off, one of the greatest moments in Nintendo game history, a baby saving her mother. This game is fantastic and will always be the best Super NES game, in our books. Well, that's our top 10. If your favorite SNES game wasn't on the list, tell us in the comments below what you would have added to the list. And now that we're done here, I'm going to kill Mother Brain once and for all.